Jamie Vardy's having a party and we are all invited to it. And it does not read Jamie Vardy shaving party like some person pointed out on my Twitter because I wrote hashtag Jamie Vardy's having a party because you don't want to put that. Obviously, it just reads Jamie Vardy's shaving party, which I'm sure will be fun no matter what, because Jamie Vardy throwing a party will be fun. Do you think the Jamie Vardy shaving party sounds funny?
No comment.
All right, Jamie Vardy did break a fantastic record, to be honest, from a player coming from Leicester who played with Fleetwood Town no more than 4 years ago. It's quite phenomenal what he's done in the game so far. And he broke Ruud van Nistelrooy's standing record in the Premier League of scoring in 11 consecutive Premier League games. He is now one behind, which many people, I don't think a lot of people pointed out, but has to be reiterated. He's one behind the overall standing record, as many people may know, some may not. The name changed. It used to be called the old First Division, English First Division, and that was set by Jimmy Dunne way back in 1931. He scored in 12 consecutive games for Sheffield United. My God, that was a long time ago.
You were around for that.
I was around back then.
Yeah.
That was when football was at its prime.
Right.
That was when it was true English football back then. Jamie Vardy broke the record, and in doing so, broke the internet, as we've used many a times. But in this situation, I just checked my tweet feed, and it was great to see someone. It's like, let's be honest, someone who, if you placed him in the United States, not a lot of people would know who he is. Yeah, he was the number one trend. He was the number one trend on that day on Saturday because everyone kind of took light of how great of an achievement this was. And our friends over at the Football Republic, as they do fantastically well, created this video of Lionel Messi reacting to Jamie Vardy breaking the record.
Sí, no sé si el más feliz, pero fue algo espectacular poder meternos en esa final. Jugábamos contra una selección, bueno, como dije antes, espectacular, que tenía jugadores muy buenos. Fue un partido igualado que por momentos sufrimos, fue un partido y pasando a nosotros que fue una alegría increíble.
Chat shit. Get banged.
It's a very different definition in American language over here, but yeah. Chat shit, get banged just doesn't seem...
What's what you're saying?
Well, I know, because you have to be careful, but get banged is like not a word for drinking, it's a word for sexual intercourse, for instance.
Well, it can be taken many different ways. I don't think he means chat shit, get drunk. It means if you're chatting shit, it's going to come back and haunt you, you're going to get banged.
No, that's
whether that means goals,
yes, that's
whether that means...
obvious, but not for like most people in this country.
No, well, that's why it's in England. We're not giving two shits about what people in the United States think right here.
You don't know. It could have been.
But Messi wanted to attend the party, and you asked me off camera what a strawpedo is.
Right. What is a strawpedo?
That's when you get the straw and you put. And a WKD is like a Mike's Hard Lemonade here.
Wow.
All right. So
Messi wants to
what's the
chug through a straw?
Yeah. No, you don't use a straw. That's the thing about the strawpedo. Why have I got this in? Don't need this in. There's no one on Skype. What you do is that you take the straw and you bend it so that it takes the air out of the drink, and it means you can chug it faster. So you just hold the straw down and you.
So you guys
neck it.
You guys need to cheat to chug your alcohol?
No, not Jason. You've now talked about chat shit getting banged, and now you're questioning the United States, the United Kingdom's ability to drink alcohol.
Why do you need a straw in there in the first place?
That's to take the air out of it. So you can chug it faster.
You're essentially the New England Patriots of chugging beer. You're trying to deflate your alcohol, your beer can. Unbelievable.
Right. Well, it's the quickest way of drinking it. All right, so get back to the actual logistics of it. I felt like a proud father, even though I have no ties to Jamie Vardy or Leicester, no matter what. It's just great to see something happen outside of the norm, outside of the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas. I mean, Ruud van Nistelrooy held this record. Ruud van Nistelrooy held this record in a team that is definitely considered one of the best teams ever to play English football. That Sir Alex Ferguson's team that year were phenomenal. He had some of the best players in the world at that time playing with him, and he was a non-stop finisher. He had supply from every area of the field. He had people just distributing the ball to him, and Jamie Vardy comes in, and I'm not saying he hasn't got great players around him to help him. I highly rate Albrighton and Mahrez, and the best thing about it is he scored the goal exactly how none other than Francis Maxwell said on tactics.
A beautiful ball.
That run right across the back line, slipped in behind. Bob's your uncle. There's your dinner.
Bob's your uncle. Bob is my uncle. I have an Uncle Bob. It's really funny. How'd you know that? No, I mean, look, it makes you want to watch Leicester City play football.
Yeah.
And that's something that hasn't been said ever in the history of Premier League football. And what's great is next week he goes for that old First Division record.
Yeah.
And he gets to play against Swansea, a team that I now have my hesitations about. Maybe I jumped the gun too early. Don't worry, still with you. Not for long, though. And it makes it must-watch TV. And look, next week more people are going to be watching Leicester versus Swansea than ever before because they want to see Vardy break the record. Is it in? Do you know if it's in Leicester or if it's in Swansea?
I think it's in Wales.
Because I like seeing it in front of your home crowd.
Like
they were feeding off that energy. They wanted nothing more. He did it early on. He did it within 25 minutes.
And that's the thing. When he scored that goal, the crowd went wild. The internet went wild. Everyone was reacting to it. And then what actually happened was, for me, still as impressive from a Ranieri standpoint and Leicester as a whole. They drew with Manchester United, despite it wasn't the most attractive game. They did have chances. Both teams had chances. Manchester United, I think, was slightly the better team once they came back into it. But they have now drawn with Manchester United, proven that they can still keep up with the big boys. They're rightfully in a position that they deserve. It's not like they're just fluking it at this moment. They're utilising their best asset, which is the most deadly striker in the league right now. That run, it's so simple. You play off the back line, but his speed and his ability to get the ball out from under his feet is second to none. That's what people are overlooking. He's not just getting lucky. He's not just in the right place at the right time. He scores with his head. He scores with his right and his left. As Messi says there, the guy just scores when he wants.
Right.
Gets in behind, he keeps it low. And that's always going to be a plus when you're a striker. Keep it low and get it on target.
He's going to go to like a big team next year.
Well, that's the thing.
Leicester can't afford to keep him.
That's the question that I've been asked many times: is do they keep hold of him? And some people are even touting Christmas as a way for him to leave. If he leaves at Christmas, I'm going to be devastated.
Messi and Ronaldo.
I'm going to be devastated. I know, but it's
and
true.
They're
But
going to swap coaches.
Someone comes in with a 50, 60 million bid, which I don't think he's worth. Like, I don't think a lot of players are worth that. I think at the moment, 20, 25, 30 million would be a good price tag for someone like Vardy. Someone comes in and does that at Christmas, you're literally stealing the gift from a kid. You're that woman in Black Friday that stole the gift from the kid. That's who you are if you buy Jamie Vardy at Christmas.
You mean trampled?
Yeah.
And while trampling the kid in a stampede to get the nicest TV?
You just don't want to do that. Like, he's helping this team overachieve, and it's great to watch. In the summer, I understand. If Leicester make top 5, why would he leave? What does he have to leave for? They can build from it.
Bigger market, better sponsorship opportunities in a bigger market.
Not everything's driven by money. You yank. You belong in Wall Street.
It's totally fucking driven by money.
Get to Wall Street.
Yeah, I really want to know a guy who's been with Leicester for they've been in the Premier League for 2 years. It would be very honorable of Jamie Vardy if he said, you know what, I'm going to stick with Leicester. That is my team. I set the record there. But I'm going to think like most 28-year-olds who become world-class footballers think. And I'm going to go to a Barcelona or probably not, fuck Chelsea.
He's not going to go to Barcelona.
Or a Manchester United or a Manchester City or if he wants to go to the Bundesliga, he can go play for Bayern. All of those teams are going to be making bids.
I know that, but yeah, I'm talking about, I wouldn't say, outside of the Premier League, I don't think a lot of people will be that interested. But inside the Premier League.
And also England, the national team.
Oh, yeah, he's looking, that's what his next goal is.
Yeah.
Some rocket came out and said, well, I don't know if it was a rocket, I apologise, it might be someone very well respected, but he said he's not ready for England. What does that mean? Like, how can you not be ready for England? They need a striker. Wayne Rooney, who has not been performing at the best of his ability.
I'm ready for
You
England.
gambled on Theo Walcott when he was like 12. Like, how can you not gamble on
I'm ready.
Vardy? Yeah, exactly. You're ready right now for England. That's what they need.
I'll make those runs.
They need a striker up there who can take them in the Euros and give that different dynamic. They have a great abundance of young talent now with Sterling and Sturridge, Kane up there. They've got a threatening strike force, but I still think Vardy's got that instinct that they need. So he undoubtedly was our best of the Premier League, right? That was your best moment?
I forgot this is
Forgot actually the concept of the clip. Was that your best?
My bad.
Or were you happy that Bastian Schweinsteiger
got
his
good for Schweinsteiger. No, the best of the Premier League is Jurgen Klopp.
Nice.
Guys,
Explain.
well, it's his first win at Anfield.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. I didn't really. He had some draws there, and that's like he had a very real, what I call like a fan moment.
He's a real guy.
He's very honest. He's very open in his press conferences. He seems like someone you'd want to get a drink with. Maybe Strawpedo a WKD with him. Can't even say it with a straight face. Maybe, and for the Americans out there, that means chug a Mike's Hard Raspberry
That
Lemonade.
means chugging a beer, except it's not a beer.
No, I think that means chugging a Mike's Hard Raspberry Lemonade.
Yeah.
But he had a fan moment where, like, when I I have it written. Milner's penalty kick.
Yeah.
He
Turned around.
Couldn't watch it.
Didn't watch it.
That's real, man. I can't watch penalty kicks if
The
it was
guy-
my team on the line. That's awesome.
The guy's a breath of fresh air in this league. I'm done listening to the. Well, I mean, it's not my fault. It's
I'll never
Jose
be done
Mourinho,
listening to that. That's way too good.
It's our best team in Bayern. It's about the pigs and the rabbits and the birds. That's how you perform. No, mate. It's about how easy the game is. And when he was asked in a press conference, actually the words were, Jurgen, how do you plan on beating this team today? Plan on scoring more goals than them.
Well, he uses like the go-to, which I think is a great answer all the time. Like, if we score more than them, we'll win.
And we don't concede. That's it. And it's mind-blowing.
He gets it.
It's like that
simple.
ad. Have you seen that ad where the heads explode?
No, I haven't. That's
to see
more.
it. It's like-
You're stuck on The Walking Dead still. The worst is Arsenal's just November run and just mostly because of injuries. Sanchez, Costellina, Cazorla, Coquelin. Oh my God, Walcott, Welbeck, Wilshere, calves, ankles, knees, hips, thighs, hamstrings, head, shoulders, knees, toes, they're done. Like, that team is so beat up. Their only win this month came against Dynamo Zagreb. They've been drawn. I mean, as you mentioned to me, you were saying
West
before,
Brom
like,
and in Norwich.
In Norwich, those are 1-1 draws that should have been 3 points.
It's so...
But they have, like, they're who do you...
Oh, I know. Trust me, like, it's frustrating when Alexis Sanchez, he was the one
It's
that
Sanchez,
limped
that's
off.
the biggest
That's one of
one.
the biggest ones. I think Arsenal fans were just
Welbeck,
devastated. Like,
Costellini,
this plagues their
Wilshere,
team every
he's
year.
deep.
Every team gets injuries, trust me. Man City had to stumble on without Aguero and David Silva, but Arsenal seem plagued with injuries, and it's about bringing in the depth so that you can bring in that next thing.
I got it. They have an arsenal of injuries. It makes sense.
How long?
Just came to me right as you were talking about Arsenal. Who are your best and worst?
My best and worst is that my worst is that joke. No, my best is going to be Jamie Vardy no matter what, even though it was a 1-1 draw. Jurgen Klopp's a good shout. My worst still is Arsenal, right? And I understand I've now just allowed the comment section to take light and explode and talk about how I hate Arsenal, which I don't. But this is typical Arsenal. This is it right here, and this is it.
Every single time. I hate
exploded.
Arsenal. I don't hate Arsenal. But
This is annoying. It's like, because I don't hate them. I think they're a great team and they have great players, but you need to be beating teams. You can't go back-to-back draws in the Premier League at the moment. They are lucky that Manchester City are inconsistent as well. This is what I keep saying. Manchester City, if they don't win this league, if I was a Man City fan, I would have Pellegrini out in the square, hung, drawn and quartered, like William Wallace. Because this guy, the team that they have, they're so much better than all of them around them. And if they do not win this league, Man City fans even agree. We did this clip on the Football Republic, and I was like, if you guys don't win this, it's insane to me, because Arsenal are just giving it away. Liverpool might even have a secret chance of putting on a consistent run, along with Tottenham or Manchester United, because it's going to come down to which team can prevail against these little banana peels. Like, the banana peel's right there. Arsenal see it. They're like, banana peel, step on it. I'm slipping. And that's what happens right now. And it's a problem with them, because it is what happens. When Alexis Sanchez limped off, I was thinking to myself, if I'm an Arsenal fan right now, I'm fucking shiting myself, because who's going to come in and fill that void? Ozil is on form right now. Are you going to keep that form up for the rest of the season? They're hoping so. Alexis Sanchez has been fantastic.
He'll be injured next week.
And that's what I'm thinking as well.
The rest of the team.
What happens if Ozil's injured? And the same thing applies to all the big teams. If Manchester United lose Martial, even though he's not been scoring as much in the last few games, it's still, they don't have that void to fill. Man City, I think, are the best of all the evils in the way that they can maybe just continue to push people into the positions to just make do, just to get those results. And trust me, it was a good result they had against Southampton.
They have a lot of goal scorers. They're deep.
Yeah.
Like, if De Bruyne gets injured, they still have Aguero. If they both get injured, you can turn to Sterling. Like, and I don't think a lot of the other teams in the Premier League don't have.
Yeah.
And for example, if Vardy went down, I know now Leicester City fans are freaking out. But that team's done. They are literally winning by his foot.
Yeah, that's it would be worrying. I just knock on wood, and it was wood.
So
Wood's down here. No Vardy. No Vardy, no party. So we need to keep Vardy around. All right, well, we want to know what you guys think. No Jordi this weekend. We apologise for that. Coming back off Thanksgiving, we dragged Jason from New Jersey, fresh from a hangover.
From the swamps.
From the swamps.
It's a 4-day hangover. It's
I know.
not good.
But we want to know what your best and worst was from the Premier League. Jimmy Vardy takes it from me. Jurgen Klopp for Jason. Arsenal share the odds at worst. There's plenty more. Newcastle definitely could have been in with a shout. They're losing 5-1, but you expect that from Newcastle at the moment. Sorry, Jordan, but your team looked dire, mate. We want to know what you thought. Subscribe to TYT Sports. Come back again. Twitter at TYT Sports, at Francis_Maxwell, and at Jason Rubin 91. No Vardy, always a party. Always a Vardy, always a party.